Assalamu alaikum all of you. I am Dr. Shirin and I am delivering 5th lecture, and the topic which I have chosen today to speak on is qualities of good coach. In order to understand the qualities of good coach, we have to understand the coach term first. Coach is an individual who is involved in training, directions and instruction of team or an athlete. In fact, he is prime motivational support for team and an athlete, individual athlete. In order to become a good coach, he must meet all the qualities which are being discussed in today's session. Coach must be ultimately direction provider to athlete, which could um, give the sense of direction to an athlete in order to achieve his goal in specific setting. Coach must be having a sense of compassionate because he is believed the valuable commodity. Coach must have understanding towards the miseries of an athlete so that he may be able to heal an athlete at the hard time, physically, emotionally, and mentally. For this, coach must be insightful. Coach must be good receiver, listener, and broadcaster. It is believed that communication is two-way process in which a speaker is responsible to convey his thought, his um, his feelings to the receiver, and a recipient is responsible to absorb or to receive the information. And if any of them is lacking to convey or to receive, the process of communication remains ambiguous. For that, coach must be good listener and broadcaster. Coach must not measure success by having extrinsic sources such as trophies, shields, and certificates. He must have other standard of evaluating the success of an athlete. For this, he must be realistic with expectation in order to push athlete beyond their capabilities to help player to develop themselves. He must help player to reach their potential and to think out of the comfort zone of them. Coach must have ability to build self-esteem while providing a valuable guidance. He is responsible to instill patience and commitment while achieving excellence by competing and winning in challenging environment. He must show uh, his ability to relate himself to his team or individual athlete, and he must develop the same skill in all of his team members so that they may learn to relate um, them to other of their teammates. Coach must have ability to adapt to change in order to understand the team struggles, their behaviors, their motives, and their intuitions. He must be open to two-way dialogues to discover the interpretation, misinterpretation, disagreement, differences, inquiries, and insight of the player. It is believed that setback offers learning opportunities that coach can use to prepare his players. He must have ability to create learning environment where team must not be afraid of taking risk or must not be scared of being penalized. but they must be courage to take risk. Coach must conduct his exchange to promote self-worth. He must be good at communication. He must be knowledgeable. He must be um, supportive. He must be trustworthy. He must create an environment where team could seek to create an effective environment to learn, where they could work together to produce positive outcome. They must share mutual respect and understanding. And coach must have ability to initiate reciprocal dialogues in order to overcome learning obstacles. Coach must be goal oriented, and I remember we discussed goal orientation in last lecture. He must be good observant. He must not start uh, believing in gossips, in fishy stories, on the basis of false misinterpretations, on the basis of false knowledge, on the basis of false guidance. So for this, he must be good at observing players himself. Moreover, he must be patient in order to address the fears, the temperament, the impatience of an athlete. Coach must help to make his team to see big picture. He must enable them to see big, to dream big, to work big. He must not set small goals, but a big picture, big goals, big dreams, so that his team may be enthusiastic, may be determined to um, make their dream true. He must encourage commitment. He must develop the trust. Moreover, he must exercise consistency, enthusiasm, patience. He must be well organized. He must focus on strength rather than the weaknesses of an athlete. And he must teach his athlete to use their strength as a motivation. He must be non-judgmental in order to become good observant. Moreover, he must be solution focused. He must not keep on complaining. He must not keep on expressing his disappointment, but he must have solution to every problem. Moreover, he must have genuine concern for players' personal lives rather than viewing influences or distractions. So this is how a good coach can be. Hope so you understand today's lecture, and we are going to have another topic in next class. See you in next class. Stay blessed.